Good evening and welcome to the Powerade All-Metro High School Cross Country Banquet. I'm Jay Holder, Director of Marketing at Atlanta Track Club, and thank you for joining us tonight on Atlanta Track Club's YouTube channel. We hope you'll be part of our conversation in the comment section.
And I'm Eric Hines, Director of High Performance for Atlanta Track Club. Usually we're all sitting down to a nice dinner for an evening of celebration and awards. Tonight, we hope you have a nice dinner in front of you at home as we hold the banquet virtually for the first time in our 56-year history.
And while we may all not be together like we usually are, the awards and the honors remain the same. We will announce tonight the first, second, and third Powerade All-Metro High School Cross Country teams, culminating with the announcement of the Runners of the Year.
Runners from schools in Fulton, DeKalb, and any county touching those two counties were eligible. Selection was based on criteria including state meet place and time, season performance, and head-to-head competition.
Athletes' placements on teams were selected by a vote from area coaches and a poll on 11alive.com. We're going to meet the third team in just a moment, but first, a message from the Executive Director of Atlanta Track Club, our boss and Olympian, Rich Kanah.
So as Eric mentioned, this is the time of year that Atlanta Track Club has traditionally brought everyone in the high school cross-country community together. In fact, we've been doing that since 1964. And I couldn't be prouder of the track club and all of you who have allowed us to bring All-Metro together in 2020, a year where we continue to deal with the effects of COVID. This All-Metro experience was started again in 1964 by Hawthorne Wesley, and you cannot have a Powerade All-Metro experience without referencing the vision of Hawthorne. So Hawthorne, thank you for starting us on this path 56 years ago. Again, I want to thank all of those who helped bring this together, but most especially, I want to congratulate the student athletes of the cross-country season of 2020 for your incredible performances. You did not let COVID stop you, and Atlanta Track Club will not stop honoring you throughout this year.
As Rich said, COVID has presented real challenges here in the fall of 2020, from missed meets to missed practices. But despite all that, there's been some incredible performances. Just 2 weeks ago, the state record fell in Carrollton.
Yeah, Eric, I was at that meet, and what a performance it was. And you mentioned COVID, you mentioned missed practices, and you mentioned the missed meets. But there was also some reclassifications that created some challenges for athletes and teams this year, especially in classes 5, 6, and 7A.
And that makes tonight's honors all the more special. And we'll begin the night with congratulating our coaches of our state championship teams. This year, 13 out of 16 classes were won by an all-metro area coach.
And here are those state championship coaches, beginning with the girls' teams. From 1A Private, the Wesleyan Schools, Chad McDaniel. From 2A, Jolie Cunningham from Pace Academy. From 3A, Amy Eubanks from Westminster Schools. From 4A, Matthew McMurray from Marist School. From 5A, St. Pius X, Ryan McClay. From 6A, Pope High School's Kathy Monk. And from 7A, Jack Coleman of Marietta High School.
And for the coaches from the boys' teams, from 1A Private, Chad McDaniel, Wesleyan School. From 2A, Chris Mayer, the Lovett School. From 3A, Joe Tribble, Westminster Schools. From 5A, Ryan McClay from St. Pius X. From 6A, Brad Coulter, Cambridge High School. From 7A, Jack Coleman, Marietta High School.
Congratulations to all the coaches. Now it's time to meet the athletes, many of which are members of those teams you just heard about.
Atlanta Track Club announced the 42 honorees the Tuesday after the state meet on November 10th. Voting took place all last week, and here, in alphabetical order, is your Powerade All-Metro Cross Country Boys third team. A junior from St. Pius, Ryan Boyle.
Obviously a good season. Tell me about putting this cap on over the third place finish of the state meet.
Well, honestly, felt really good at the beginning of the season, and then I was just quarantined for 2 weeks because one of my friends had it. But I think that helped me out a little bit because then I was just able to train like whenever I wanted to. It didn't have to be like 3 o'clock in the day and it was burning hot. So the last year I got, I think, 11th at state, and getting a third was a lot more fun because I was just less out of the top 10 last year.
A sophomore from Carrollton High School, Will Jennings. A senior from East Coweta High School, Matthew Moore. A senior from Lovett School, Patrick Pitts. A senior from Parkview High School, Andrew Todd. A senior from Lovett School, Joe Urbanowitz. A senior from Blessed Trinity, Adam Wade.
Congratulations to all the boys on that team. Now let's meet the girls Powerade All-Metro third team, once again in alphabetical order. A senior from Pope High School, Sophie Boyce.
Congratulations on your great run today. What was your strategy and plan going into the race?
Thank you. So my team really wanted a team title today. This is the best girls team we've had in over 20 years, so we wanted to come today and just prove that. And apparently we did, so I'm really happy about that. So the whole race I was just really thinking not as much about me but my team, and I knew I had to stay in the top 3 and not let the other Riverwood girl get ahead of me, and I just gave it my all, and I'm really happy because it all worked out even with the heat, and we did go out a little fast, but it was good.
A junior from Etowah High School, McKenna Kelbert. A junior from Pope High School, Laurel Golden. A junior from Marist School, Jonna Greisick. The 2A state champion, a senior from Lovett School, Sydney Lamberson. A senior from Holy Innocents Episcopal School, Hayden Pruitt. And a freshman from Dunwoody High School, Claire Shelton. Eric, one of the impacts that COVID-19 had on this season was it reduced the availability of big meets and invitationals and forced teams to return to that old school dual meet format that probably you and I had a lot of when we were high school runners. How does that impact a coach's planning?
Yeah, it totally felt like the 1980s, 1990s, a different year than ever before. And coaches were forced to adapt in ways they never had to in most of their careers. Trying to find a way to host a small meet on campus or at a local park, or even trying to peak their teams in early September or October because they were uncertain if there was going to be a state meet. It meant missed practices, it meant social distancing, and it meant really trying to rethink their approach to the entire year. Not an easy feat for any of the coaches out there.
That sort of insight, one of the reasons that you're a winner of the next award we're about to announce, so I should let you do the honors.
Next is the Paul Koshua Coach's Dedication Award, named to an outstanding girls coach nominated by his or her peers. The award is named for the legendary Westminster coach for his years of service to the sport of cross country, numerous state titles, and help in founding Atlanta Track Club. Paul passed away in 2016, and his memory lives on through the Westminster program, where their trail is named after him.
This year's winner has been coaching at his school since 2002. During that time, he's won 13 county team championships in cross country, 9 region team championships in cross country, 2 region team championships in track and field, and he's got multiple state podium finishes in cross country.
Said one athlete, Coach D deserves this award as well as 1,000 other awards. His dedication to the sport and his athletes is unmatched. He checks in on us daily, in season or off season. He spends a lot of time to customize workouts to fit the athlete and to run practices to best benefit the team. I've never seen anyone more hyped for a tempo run than Coach D. He is the reason I love this sport, and hearing him scream at us from the top of the hill saying, "You got this," is what keeps us all going. He is 100% deserving for this award. Eric Daughtry, Union Grove High School.
Congrats, Coach. Time now to meet our boys' second team, again in alphabetical order. A junior at Denmark High School, Ethan Ashley. A senior from Brookwood High School, Will Bray. A junior from Westminster Schools, Matthew Fernando. A senior from Wesleyan School, Mac Howie. A senior at Carrollton High School headed to Alabama next year, Colin Jones. Junior from Marietta High School, James May. A senior from Decatur High School, Owen McNally. 1-2 at the state meet.
Yeah.
Did you guys expect that coming in?
I think we thought if we worked hard together, like we had been doing the whole season, we would go 1-2.
I felt like we kind of like, I know like we had tough competition today, but I feel like we also did kind of expect ourselves to go 1-2.
Talk about what it's like to have the two of you so close in time and talent and finish, to be able to work with each other all year. What's that dynamic like?
I think, especially in practice, we do a lot of pack running, and it helps just so that we know when to push each other up, and if one person gets ahead of the other, we have a drive to catch up with them. So I think that helps.
I mean, in meets, I know when I was a sophomore and Christian came in as a freshman, it was really good competition for me because I wanted to stay on the top of the team, and Christian being up there with me really helps me drop my times down over the last 3 years because I've just always had him to push me.
Jay, there's a lot of seniors on that team.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how many of them continue their running next year in college.
Now let's meet the girls' second team. A sophomore from St. Pius, Grace von Biberstein. A senior from Walton High School, Sarah Burrell. A junior from Blessed Trinity, Katie Hamfeld. A senior from Riverwood International Charter School, Elle Mezio. A junior from Union Grove, Gabby Parsons. A freshman from Denmark High School, Morgan Grace Sheffield.
A freshman on the podium at the state meet. How does that feel?
It feels really good.
Yeah, did you expect that?
I was just leaving it to God, and he wanted me to get third at it, so.
I saw you celebrate as you came across the line. Just tell me a little bit about what you were feeling.
So I decided to smile about the 1 mile, and then my dad told me that I should smile during races, and I never really thought about it, so I just started smiling, and I just started passing people, and I was so happy, and it was just felt good.
A sophomore from Brookwood High School, Allie Wardle. Congratulations to the girls' second team.
Now it's time for the Jerry Frazier Coach's Dedication Award, awarded to the boys coach, nominated by his or her peers. It's named for Coach Jerry Frazier of North Fulton High School. He led multiple teams to state championship titles and continuously pushed the sport forward in the state of Georgia, being named Coach of the Year multiple times.
This year's winner has 22 years of coaching experience and 21 state championships as a head coach. Said one voter, "This man cares about kids more than winning. He is a phenomenal coach that puts his kids in the best possible position to perform."
Said another, "Coach is not only a great motivator and strategist, but he makes a personal investment in every one of his runners, and not just the top 10 or 12. Our school has nearly 150 boys and girls who run cross country out of approximately 500 students, which is a staggering number for a sport that involves significant pain and little publicity. That is a direct statement on the impact this coach has on our school." Congratulations to this year's Coach of the Year, Chad McDaniel from Wesleyan School.
Now it's time for the first teams. Of the 14 boys and girls on the first teams, half of them are state champions. The other half took second or third in very competitive races.
If you were in Carrollton earlier this month, you know it took a great day to have a good day, making these runs even more impressive. We will announce these athletes in the order they were voted on by coaches and the public, beginning with the 7th runner and ending with the runner of the year.
Let's begin with the Powerade All-Metro Boys first team. A junior from Decatur High School, state champion in Class 5A, Christian Gonzalez.
How would you sum up the season overall?
It was shorter than expected, but I think that gave us more time to train and a lot of time to prepare for today.
I imagine you're pretty excited for a strong senior season.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I think that next year, I want a PR next year also. This year wasn't exactly a PR season because of how spread out it was from COVID, but next year I'm ready for it.
A sophomore from Holy Innocents Episcopal School, the state runner-up in Single A Private, Joe Sapone.
got to be tough to be the leader of the team and be a sophomore. What's that like?
I wouldn't say it's any different than being, last on the team. Cross-country teams and just cross-country as a culture is just such a well-knit, community that I think it wouldn't change if I was first or last.
A junior from Pace Academy, the state champion in Class 2A, Edward Blaha.
It's really fun. I think we have a great kind of team atmosphere. We all want to train and get better, and we all enjoy it. And we wanted to win state this year, but unfortunately that didn't work out. But we're excited for next year. We'll try to win state next year, and we'll have 4 seniors in the top 5, so it'll be really fun just to have a good senior season with this team next year.
A senior from Milton High School, 3rd place in Class 7A, Hayden Marshall.
Great way to end your senior year. Sum up the season for me.
I say the season early on, it was looking pretty good. I think I had a couple of bad races at Coach Wood and at A6, but I just focused on the training, and I knew when the time was right, I'll do what I have to do. And definitely I'm happy because for me and also for Milton, I think it's important for me to put Milton back where it should be as a top school. And so I think today is just an awesome day.
A senior from Landmark Christian School, the Single A private winner, Zach Truitt.
How have you been able to stay so consistent over your 4 years?
Well, it's been a challenge, honestly. I've had 3 different coaches, so a lot of coaching changes, a lot of different programs. So really just having that drive, like right when I get to the 2 mile, just tell myself fight, So that's what really has gotten me through it.
What's next for you? What's 2021 look like?
Well, I still got 1 more race left, that Huntsville Running Lane Championship. That'll be my last one. And then track season's still not determined yet, like what races we're doing or anything. But
Any college plans yet?
Georgia Tech.
A senior from Harrison High School, state runner-up in Class 7A, Sully Shelton.
Possibly a track
I am, yes. I would consider myself more of a track guy anyway. So I'm super excited for track. The big goal for me is sub-4 this year. So I'll take a couple of days off and then start gearing up for track season. So I'm super pumped.
What's 2021 fall look like for you? Any decisions on that front yet?
Yes, I committed to UNC in about August, so I'm super excited. I trust the process there. I got some great guys coming in with me, so I couldn't be happier with my college decision.
Now we have a very special guest to introduce this year's Runner of the Year.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin Knight. I'm the 2017 NCAA Cross Country Champion. I'm very pumped and excited to announce this year's Powerade All Metro Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year. He's this year's Class 7A Cross Country Champion, setting the course record at the state meet and winning the race by almost 38 seconds. That's amazing. Next year he'll be attending Syracuse just like I did. Congratulations to Kamari Miller of Marietta High School.
You broke the record.
Yeah, okay.
At what point did you know going down the hill that you had it?
Probably with like 150 to go. I just kind of pushed in the arms. I heard everyone screaming. I seen the clock at like 15, 19. I was like, okay, I can definitely do this. I just tried to push to the end. So
When you were gunning for that and in the weeks leading up and days leading up to the race, did you anticipate having to run that by yourself, or did you think you'd have somebody with you pushing it?
I definitely, I kind of expected Sullivan to kind of push me through the mile like he has been all year, but I guess, it was kind of either way. I was kind of prepared for both, running by myself or with someone. So, I just played out today.
And what an incredible season by Kamari Miller. Undefeated, breaks the course record that was set just last year by Graham Blanks. And that's something I want to ask you about, Coach Heinz. The Carrollton course is a tough one. How hard is it to set a state record there? Now we've seen one fall 2 years in a row.
So Carrollton has been used at the state meet course now for well over 2 decades, and it's had a couple different formats, but this is one of the most challenging. And truly, the last 10 years, it has been almost impossible to see people under 16 minutes. And now we have Kamari running more than 30 seconds under that barrier. Truly an impressive performance, and one that might stand for the ages.
I can't wait to see what he does for the Orange. Now, let's look at the girls. First team, Powerade All-Metro Cross Country. A freshman from Marist School, state runner-up in Class 4A, Ruby Little.
Ruby, congratulations on being state runner-up. What was your strategy going into the day?
My strategy was to go out pretty slow, the first mile like slower than normal 5K race pace because of the start hill, and then to see how far I could get up, and the goal was to catch Catherine, but yes.
How do you feel about your performance?
I feel pretty good. I feel like I definitely finished on empty, and that's like the goal for every race.
A junior at Atlanta International School, state runner-up at Class 1A Private, Cara Joyce.
Great season. Can you sum it up for me?
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild season. I mean, everything that cross country could have thrown at me, I think it has. But I'm really proud of what everyone's done to overcome all the challenges, and in the end, we came out so much stronger.
A senior at Blessed Trinity High School, third in the state at Class 5A, heading to the University of Colorado next year, Hannah Minuti.
Senior year, big state meet, senior year, wrap up that. Tell me about that last season.
You know, it's been a tough one for me, but I always say and I always tell my teammates that the hard seasons are what make you the best, you know, and I dealt with some health issues, overtraining stuff, but I was able to come in every race and fight, and you know, I couldn't be prouder of my teammates for coming and fighting too every day. I mean, it's something special for sure, and you know, I'm thankful for this opportunity.
State runner-up in Class 5A, a sophomore at St. Pius, Hannah Schemmel.
Well, I just had so much fun with all my teammates this season, and like Mary said, it definitely wasn't the best start, but we just kept encouraging each other at practice, and we just kept going and fighting, not, like Mary said, not knowing when it was going to end. So I'm just so grateful for my teammates, my coach, and everyone, my parents, who just keep pushing me and making me the best version of myself.
Class 7A champion, a sophomore at South Forsyth High School, Carmel Jonas.
Tell me about the season. I mean, obviously you had a great season. You didn't finish outside the top 10 in any of your races. Why was the season so successful?
Well, last season actually, I just told myself I was like, next season you're gonna crush it. You're gonna get under the top 10 in every single race. You know, you're gonna break 19. And I did, and my PR this season was a 17:55, so it was a huge leap. So yeah.
The winner of Class 6A, a senior at Creekview High School and headed to Harvard, McKenna Gates.
You're a senior, you've had a storied career through all this time. What next? As one of the most recruited athletes in the state, undoubtedly, what are the plans?
Right now, I committed to Harvard College to run next year for the next 4 years, distance, track, and cross country.
Congratulations, that is fantastic.
Thank you.
Now we have a special guest to introduce this year's Girls Runner of the Year.
Hey, I'm Allie Bahalski, the 2012 Runner of the Year winner from Johns Creek High School and current professional track athlete with the Brooks Beach Track Club based out in Seattle, Washington. I first wanted to say congratulations to all of you guys on tremendous performances and a very unforgiving year. I'm proud to be a Georgia runner alongside y'all. This year's Powerade All-Metro Runner of the Year was second at Coach Wood with a time of 17:50 and followed that up with winning the 5A state meet. Congratulations to Mary Brady from St. Pius. You are this year's Powerade All-Metro Runner of the Year. Congrats.
Well, I must say our first race was a little rough, but Coach had a really hard workout for us that challenged us mentally, and it kind of showed us that like you never really know your limits and you shouldn't just limit yourself based on how you feel. So I just kept pushing because I never really thought we'd have a state race. I thought like every race was our last because of COVID. So.
Great seasons from both of our runners of the year this year, Eric. Mary Brady had an incredible year.
Yeah, when you think about the statistics, this is a young lady who was undefeated against competition from Georgia this season. She had the fastest time of the year, going under 18 minutes at Alexander ASICS. Really another season for the ages.
And we don't know where she's going to run next year.
We're going to have to wait and see.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing what that decision is. We want to congratulate Mary, Kamari, all of our 42 athletes that we honored tonight, all of the coaches who won state championships, and we want to thank you for tuning in. If you like what you saw, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're putting videos up all the time that can help you out. And hopefully, next year, we will all be back together in one room celebrating again.
That's right. Right now, there's only one way to celebrate. Jay, you want to go for a run?
Yeah, let's do it. See you next year.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.